Mabuhay kayo! Paki-subscribe
At sampalin
ang kampana.
Nakalipas ang mga 8 buwan buhat nung binatikos ni Doc Adam si Doc Farrah, isang doctor na nag-practice ng medicine, ng naturopathic medicine dito sa Pilipinas. Ang pinakapagbatikos ni Doc Adam laban kay Doc Farrah ay isang produkto at methodology kung saan sinabi ni Doc Farrah na sa pamamagitan ng kanyang mga inventions tulad ng Boston Sea ay mapapagaling ang cancer at yung kanyang cancer center ay yung pinaka mabisang mag-treat ng cancer patients sa buong mundo. Well, nakaroon ng problema mga kikampi kasi nakasuhan na si Doc Adam ni Doc Farrah dahil daw nagsinungaling si Doc Adam laban sa kanya, nag-defame daw si Doc Adam laban kay Doc Farrah. Well, may mga bagay na kinakailangan natin sa isip habang tinatalakay natin ito. Isang bagay ay isipin natin yung vulnerability dito sa Pilipinas kung saan yung mga tao ay masyadong madaling mapaniwala sa mga testimonials. At yung testimonials na ginamit ni Doc Farrah mismo para sa kanyang medical center. Ganon din mga kikampi, kaya yung mga tatalakayin natin ngayon ay the misleading information na ibinigay ni Doc Farrah, such as her claim about going to Harvard, Boston Sea as a cure, her strawman argument towards Doc Adam, the claims she's made in the past, freedom of speech. We're going to predict the outcome of this case at pag-uusapan natin kung paano natin masuportahan si Doc Adam sa panahong ito. Mga kikampi, ako ang inyong kikampi na si Puting Pinoy. Isang puti na may pusong Pinoy. At isang disclaimer lang, ang sasabihin ko dito ay mga pananaw ko lang. Ang susunod ay para magbigay ng liwanag at palagay ko, hindi para mabash ang ibang tao. So, mali nga ba yung mga claims ni Doc Adam laban kay Doc Farrah? Sabihin ko ito, this case is bad. This whole court case is bad for a few reasons. Pero isa-isip natin yung ilang considerations na ito. We have 4 possible conclusions kung bakit kinakasuhan ni Doc Farrah si Doc Adam. So, one is, A, she is gaslighting. Ibig sabihin, nananinlang siya ng tao. Alam na alam niya, she has awareness na mali ang ginawa niya at mali ang mga claims niya, pero nagsisinungaling siya at nagmamalinis siya. Ang problema doon ay siya mismo yung liable doon. Pero may ibang possibilities. Okay? Kasi maaring mali sila dati. Maaring sinagot niya, I think the pinaka-problema dito ay yung mga claims ni Doc Adam, di niya kailanman sinagot ng maayos. Kung sinagot niya ng maayos, siguro hindi ito naging problema sana. So ito, B, ganoon kami dati. Masasabi niya siguro, dahil at ipapakita natin mamaya yung ebidensya mga kikampi, kung ano ba yung claims ni Doc Farrah at ng kanyang tatay na si Doc Farrah. Okay? Maaring sinabi niya noon, oo, ganun ang mga paniniwala dati. Ganyan yung paniniwala ng aking tatay. Maaring nilayon niya ang sarili niya sa sitwasyon. Pero naging mas mahigpit kami sa patakaran namin. Bakit din niya lang sinabi, ganyan kami dati pero nagbago na kami? May isa pang possibility. Someone or some entities are misrepresenting her. At yung entities na yun ang tunay na binabatikos ni Doc Adam noon. Okay? Meaning sila ang dapat habulin ni Doc Farrah Kasi ibig sabihin, nagnanakaw sila ng identity ni Doc Farrah. Yung mga claims na sinasabi nila ay hindi tunay na nanggagaling kay Doc Farrah. Kung ganon, bakit niya kakasuhan si Doc Adam? Maaari niyang linawin na, "Uy, hindi ito ako. Yung binabatikos mo, oo, sumasang-ayon ako sa iyo, Doc Adam. Hindi tama yung mga ganyan claims tungkol sa Boston Sea, tungkol sa pagpapagaling ng cancer." Siguro may isang tao na nag-misrepresent sa aking pangalan. Kakasuhan ko sila. Yan ang dapat naging sagot niya kung may isang tao na mali kung yung sinabi ni Doc Adam pagdating sa claims ay mali. And we're going to explore that possibility as well, kakampi. Why not simply respond to Doc Adam's claims for clarification? And then may isa pang possibility. Siguro lahat nito ay isang malaking di pagkakaunawaan. Okay, for all parties. Well, that's if option C is likely. Kung ganon, dapat maging mistrial ang lahat. Dapat walang kaso. Okay, unfortunately, sa kasamang palad, may ebidensya tayo na humahantong sa ating mga ating mga accusations or ating mga doubts, skepticism tungkol kay Doc Farrah. Okay? Tulad ng binago niya ang mga information niya, may mga nabura siya sa kanyang websites. May kasaysayan siya sa FDA sa Pilipinas. Pinasara ang kanyang negosyo na medical center dito sa Tarlac. Okay, so ito ang mga focus natin, mga kakampi. Bakit ayaw niyang sagutin ng mga claims? Ang mga claims mismo ni Doc Adam. Bakit hindi niya sinabi, sang-ayon ako na hindi totoo na mapapagaling ang cancer ng Boston Sea? Bakit hindi niya sinabi yan? Bakit hindi niya nagamit para sabihin, hey, hindi ko alam kung saan mo nakuha yung sources mo, pero hindi ako yan. Kasi ngayon, nakikita natin that she is covering her legal bases. She's used patient trusting online reviews. She's cleaning house. She's changing stories, deleting details, websites. Kaya ano ba ang dapat natin isipin tungkol sa kanya? Di ba, mga kakampi? So, unang-una, Boston Sea. The sensational claims of the past. Kung sinasabi niya ngayon na hindi ito para mapagaling ang cancer, hindi ito ginagamit para mabawasan ang cancer, kung hindi niya sinasabi ang mga yon, ang mga ganyan sensational na mga bagay, bakit hindi niya sinasabi ngayon that we disavow that? Oo, ganun dati, pero ngayon hindi. Kasi may ebidensya tayo, mga kakampi, na ganyan nga dati ang paniniwala. Tingnan natin. So itong website na ito na titingnan natin ay tinatawag na Quackwatch. Kung saan yung mga doctors, ang trabaho nila, they are a non-for-profit. Kung saan ina-analyze nila, sinusuri nila ang skepticism, ang mga ibang doctors para sabihin kung sa tingin nila ay delikado yung ginagawa nila. Okay, so tingnan natin, mga kakampi. I-full screen natin. In 2018, the website of Dr. Farrah Augustine Bunch Natural Medicine Center described the facility as the world leader in cancer treatment. May mga footnotes din ito, mga kakampi, may mga citations. The site further stated, no other cancer clinic of any kind has had such a highly documented success rate. We will not make flowery, misleading statements, nor do we claim a cure-all for cancer or any other disease. We simply feel that we have the most successful and efficient methods of treating cancer anywhere in the world today. Okay, ito ay nanggagaling sa kanyang page. Okay, tingnan natin yung page na yun. Kung gagana ito. Tingnan natin mga kakampi. Ito. This was on our page. At balik-balikan natin mga kakampi. So mayroon isang website na isang time capsule kung saan na-record yung mga dating websites as is nung petsa na yon. So as of March 1st, 2019, ganito yung website nila. Okay, our clinic, specializing in the treatment of cancer, precancerous and chronic diseases. No other cancer clinic of any kind has such a highly documented success rate. Okay, may isa akong pupuntahan mga kakampi kasi saan natin makikita yan? Dito sa website, saan yung research niyon? May documentation ito. Yung survival rates for stage 4 cancers. Okay, dito sa kanyang ano. Okay, well, okay, so dito sa breast cancer, Doc Farrah was the first choice. At tingnan nyo mga kakampi, sobrang taas ng survival rates. How about dito, sa mga iba? I guess medyo mataas yung ovarian. Okay. But yung mga iba pa, she's saying, oh no, they didn't go to me first. So ano ba ang implication noon? Sana pumunta muna sila sa kanya, di ba? Kasi siya ang magiging responsible para mapagaling ang cancer nila. More important than knowing what cancer is how to treat it. The Doc Farrah method works to reach the cause of cancer by systemic elimination of toxins, thereby eradicating both the cause and the effect of cancer. When we consider cancer in an individual, we consider first of all the patient's general condition. Secondly, we consider the location of the cancer. Third, amount of damage that has been done, etc., etc. We find the thing that's most fit for the patient. Okay? The cornerstone of our program is Doc Farrah's Boston C, as well as various supportive treatments that may be considered necessary per patient. Okay, so hindi nila sinasabi na ito yung pinaka end-all pagdating sa treatments. Ayon sa pakikaintindi ko sa sinulat niya dito. Pero ano ba yan yung sabi niya highly documented success rate? Tingnan natin. Okay, mga kakampi, dapat may diba? Dapat may na-share siya kung saan makita natin yan. So, saglit lang. Okay, dito. So learn the science behind Boston C concentrate. Okay, so siguro may research dito. Our research. Click on it. Registration has been disabled. Okay, so hindi natin yan ma-substantiate. Hindi natin yan mapatunayan. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at other statements that were made. Okay. Galing sa original Boston C Herbs website, the official website of Boston C. Saglit lang, i-share ko. Okay. Ito na. Which has been online for more than 10 years at that point, which was 2018. It described the product line, most of which were bottled beverages, a coconut-based fruit and herbal extracts to combat cancer. Okay? A Filipino herbal scientist, Antonio R. Augustin, yung tatay ni Doc Farrah, discovered coconut-based dietary drink supplements that are highly potent, safe, and an effective cure for cancer. According to him, he was able to prove that Boston's sea herbal supplements are really effective in combating stage 4 cancer diseases when simultaneously used with chemotherapy, cobalt, and radiation therapy. Okay, so hindi ba ito maaring yung chemotherapy mismo, yung cobalt or yung radiation therapy ang gumagana sa kanyang treatments? Whereas 90% of tumors disappeared in just 10 days of accelerated treatment. This involves administering intravenously Boston Sea Herbs special solution to terminally ill patients under the administration and supervision of a physician. Tumor of any size could disappear completely before the treatment is over, provided that the total treatment is observed properly to the letter. So ibig sabihin, may sensational claim talaga ito, no, mga kakampi. Through the years, diba? Through the years, supplements have also been given to heal prostate, bone, brain cancers, bronchial asthma, cirrhosis of the liver, diabetes mellitus, edema, sinusitis, emphysema, hemorrhoid, rheumatoid arthritis, viral and bacterial infections, and psoriasis, as well as hasten the recovery of those who have suffered from stroke and rehabilitate the kidneys of those undergoing dialysis. This God-given supplement can cure illness, can cure all illnesses that science or medicine, modern medicine, cannot. Okay? Yan ang dating claim sa Boston Sea website, all about Boston Sea. Okay? All about Boston Sea. Tingnan natin ito, mga kakampi. All right. All about Boston Sea. Here it is, mga kakampi. Dito sa website mismo, marami silang claims. Okay? Isasama ko yung mga links sa description pagkatapos nito. They did some research sa UP Diliman, I believe it was, and their reports were awesome. They said, may promise talaga ito. Farrah and Dr. Farrah and Sir Ton worked tirelessly to perfect the greatest evolution of the Boston Sea product, which is a culmination of all their years of clinical patient treatment experience. Sir Ton said many times that when it was released, it would be the ultimate cure for cancer. Okay, hindi ba yan masyadong malaking claim that it would be that way? Pero shortly after this, namatay si yung tatay ni Doc Farrah. He went to his next great adventure. Very romanticized ang mga wording nila. Very, very romanticized. After suffering an adverse drug reaction to anesthesia following a minor surgical procedure in a local respected hospital. So yan ang dahilan siguro kung saan ang gagaling yung mistrust and hate for, for, I guess, big pharma and these companies, siguro. Shortly after Doc Farrah was shocked and dismayed to discover a counterfeit Boston Sea had been created. So to this day, many charlatans are still illegally using testimonials of Dr. Farrah's patients and calling their fake products Boston Sea. Many of these fraudsters are promoting fake Boston Sea at, around, and inside major hospitals in Manila. Calling a fake Boston Sea product does not magically turn it into Boston Sea. If you put water into a Coke bottle, then it does not make it Coke. Bakit hindi ganito yung tugon niya kay Doc Adam? Yan ang gusto kong malaman. Bakit hindi niya nalinaw ang puntong ito? Maaring sinabi niya, alam mo, hindi ito yung original Boston Sea na pinag-uusapan natin. Kasi apparently she had to accept it to some degree na parang ultimate cure. Okay, but look, coming from a line of healers, Doc Farrah was not content to let what her father deemed the ultimate cure for cancer just sit on the shelf and gather dust. Testing was finally completed on the new formulation by the Philippine Department of Science and Technology. It is named Dr. Farrah's Boston C. Pero ang problema doon, and it still says that it's disappeared, all these cancers have disappeared. Pero ang problema noon, well, it wasn't approved by FDA. Kaya nakaroon ng maraming problema si Doc Farrah dahil these were not tested and proven kahit malaki ang kanyang sensational claims. It's a huge sensational claim to make. Kaya yung FDA was very, very skeptical of this, as were many other reputable doctors dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya nag-raid sila, pinuntahan nila yung negosyo, yung medical center ni Doc Farrah, and she ultimately shut down. Sinabi niya na gano siya, na ginawa niyang victim. So sabi niya na siya ay victim. Biktima daw siya. Diba? Okay, so the Republic Act number 9711, also known as the Food and FDA Act of 2009, prohibits the manufacture, importation, exportation, sale, offering for sale, distribution, transfer, non-consumer use, promotion, advertising, or sponsorship of health products without proper authorization from the Philippine FDA. In June 2017, August 2017, January 2018, the Philippines FDA advised consumers not to buy or use a total of 12 Boston C products. The advisories also warned these products had not undergone agency's registration and were not authorized for sale. Okay, well, following this raid, kaya nag-raid sila and they fined her 1 million pesos, and the FDA ordered the clinic to shut down. And then Dr. Farrah took to her blog and said, the enemies, I've had many enemies in big pharma and many doctors in big medicine because I cannot be controlled by them, and openly criticize the effectiveness of conventional medicine. I refuse payoffs and work for the patient's interests. Okay, so dito nakakaroon tayo ng isang story of the people, isang underdog. Well, those are used as appeals to emotions. They can be used as appeals to emotions, mga kakampi. Yan ang isa sa mga problema dito. Hindi ito batay sa katotohanan, kundi sa kwento niya. Yung paawa effect. Diba, mga kakampi? Well, to be fair, gusto kong ipakita sa inyo ang isang bagay. My counterfeit FDA, di ba? My counterfeit Boston C noon. Di ba? My counterfeit Boston C. Well, paano kung lahat dito na nakalagay dito sa website na ito na Doc Farrah, paano kung counterfeit din ito? Paano kung hindi si Doc Farrah mismo ang gumawa ng page na ito? Wow, maari, di ba, mga kikampi? Maari. So, tingnan natin. This is an unofficial fan site dedicated to Doc Farrah. Okay. Okay, so siguro nakaroon ng di pagkakaunawaan. Well, kung ganon, bakit hindi sumagot si Doc Farrah doon sa unofficial fan site of hers? And bakit misquote sila sa mga sinabi, sa mga claims ni Doc Farrah? Diba? Hindi ba problema yan? Shouldn't she be more concerned about that than somebody giving healthy, good information para maprotektahan ng mga tao? If she really cares about health, public health interests, sa imbis kanyang sariling interest, wouldn't she say, alam mo, yes, I've looked into it, my team has looked into it, may mga nagpanggap na sila ay si Doc Farrah. Okay? Okay, pero saan tayo nakakaroon ng sobrang mas malaking skepticism? Okay, how about yung pakikasabi niya that she went to Harvard? Okay? She went to Harvard Medical School. Tingnan natin ito mga kakampi. Saglit lang. So kung malaking di pagkakaunawaan ito, bakit hindi niya lang nalinaw yan? Diba? Hindi ba dapat yung charlatans na tinawag niya, hindi ba dapat yung charlatans mismo ang hinahabol niya at kinakasuhan niya? Bakit hindi? Okay, let's check this out mga kakampi.
On their problem. Garbage! And there's actually lots of cases when people die after seeing a naturopath and having natural treatments.
So ito, si Doc Adam sa video na ito ay isa sa mga first videos niya. I think yung pinakaunang video niya tungkol kay Doc Farrah. Okay, at doon sinabi niya yung mga na-debunk niya yung mga issue sa naturopathic healing. Okay, na may mga na-mislead ng mga naturopathic healing. Which isn't to say, di ba, lahat ng doctors, may mga kaibigan din akong doctors, bukod sa kay Doc Adam at yung mga nakakilala ko dito sa social media. And sila mismo ang magsasabi, yeah, actually may basehan ang ilan sa mga herbal products that we use in the Western medical field. Okay, cool. So ibig sabihin, a doctor would admit that, you know, there are certain natural products that are good. The problem is taking them and saying that they're more than what they are.
Imbes na magpatingin sa isang totoong doktor. So ayon sa Facebook page niya, she went to Harvard Medical
School.
Harvard University is ranked #1 in best medical schools.
Okay.
Top medical schools in 2019.
Okay, yun. So sabi niya, Harvard, she graduated from Harvard and St. Louis, which I guess is nasa, Baguio. Okay? For an American like me, nakagalito yan. I know St. Louis University is probably in the US, St. Louis, diba? So may dalawa siyang sinabi that could be very misleading and confusing. Well, okay, let's go ahead. Let's give her the benefit of the doubt. Ano ba ang sasabihin niya tungkol dito? Kasi sumagot na siya sa claim na ito. Okay? In her video, Dr. Farrah's message for her haters and bullies. Tingnan natin ito mga kakampi. Wait a moment. Saglit lang. Okay. Okay, I'm a legitimate medical doctor and a certified naturopathic practitioner by PIDA-HC, a government agency that certifies practitioners of natural medicine. I never claimed to have ever graduated from Harvard Medical School. Pero mga kakampi, nakita natin doon mismo sa kanyang Facebook page, she graduated from Harvard and St. Louis University. Okay, ipagpatuloy natin. I took my CME at Harvard University of Michigan and many more. CMEs are encouraged by PRC prior to renewal of licenses. Okay, that's misleading. Di ba mga kakampi? That is misleading. Pag sinasabing Harvard, ano bang unang papasok sa isip natin? Harvard is not located in Michigan. It is located, let me make sure, okay? Harvard is located, location. Harvard is in Boston, not Michigan. Ibang state yan. Pero ganyan yung pahiwatig. Diba? Ganyan yung pahiwatig. Well, let's take a look mga kakampi. What does her Facebook page say now? pagkatapos ng itong video na ito ni Doc Adam? Ito, tingnan nyo ito, yung about niya. Interacting with this page does not constitute a doctor-patient relationship with Doc Farrah. Wow. So wala siyang extra kaalaman dito na isinashare niya about where she went to school, about the 150,000 case studies that she did without actually providing, oh, ito, here it is. Oh, here, she moved it. She put it into the, nailagay niya dito sa ilalim ng mga disclaimers. Oh, wait, no. Where is it? Where did she graduate? Di ba mga kakampi? So that leads us to realizing, siguro nga, siya mismo, nakakaalam siya kung ano ba ang ginagawa niya. Di ba? Wala. But it's a ton of disclaimers. It's a ton of disclaimers. Bakit? Bakit marami na siyang disclaimers? Hindi ba dahil nakahanda siya para kasuhan si Doc Adam? So we've debunked this one. Sabi niya, she said she never went to Harvard, but she did. Wala siyang specification noon na I went to Harvard of Michigan on a continuing medical education. No, wala siyang ganyan sinabi. Okay? Tapos tingnan din natin kung anong pangunawan niya sa ginawang video ni Doc Adam. Ano ba ang pagkakaintindi niya? Okay, here we go. There it is. In addition, I would never make fun of someone for advancing their education to improve their craft. That is bullying, and I don't bully people. My friends and clients know this. Oh my gulay. Oh my repolyo. Doc Farrah. Nobody is... Kailan? Hanapin mo, ipakita mo. Saan sinabi ni Doc Adam na pinagtatuanan niya yung tao para sa pagpapaunlad ng kanilang education? Wala, di ba? Wala. And he wasn't bullying you at all. Oh, tingnan natin mga kakampi, why she thought na binabully siya. Tingnan natin. Saan yun? Okay, ito. This is what she took offense to. Ito ang akala niyang siya ay pinagtatawanan, at siya ay nababully, at siya ay nadedefame. Ito ang clip.
Mga kaysa dito, on the internet, magnesium lang. Now, minsan, may kakatulong ang magnesium sa ilang sakit. But konti lang ang ebidensya dito. Konti. It's not magic. Kahit nakasulat pixie dust sa label. And kung nakakaranas ka ng matinding sakit, katulad ng diabetes, ulcers, or anxiety, ang sagot dyan ay hindi magnesium lang. It's just not.
We chose to practice natural medicine.
Ito na mga kakampi.
They closed us without justice. They thought we would be silenced. They thought this was over. They thought wrong. I'm just getting started.
Dok,
Yun.
kailangan mo yan gayahin.
Puto, ayoko niya.
Dahil sa panggagaya niya, ito ang pinakaunang reklamo.
To practice.
Ito yung focus niya. Hindi yung claims
She said
ni Doc
the
Adam.
clinic could cure cancer. She thinks I'll stop
making videos about her. She thought wrong. I'm just getting started.
Yun. So, ang ganyan bagay, illegal bang gawin? Like, may masama ba sa ginawa niya? Wala, di ba? There's nothing. Okay? Isa pa, yung cancer treatment, di ba? Na sinabi natin, she has people stating na pinagaling ang kanilang cancer.
Tungkol sa Boston Sea,
Tumagal pa po sa amin ang mom ko with us ng 3 years after she was diagnosed with breast cancer. She was diagnosed when she was 80 years old. We learned about Dr. Farrah and Boston Sea.
pag pinanood mo ang video na ito, may pag-asa pa ang cancer o sakit ko. Boston Sea lang pala ang sagot.
So kami naman, pumunta din kami dito.
So,
And then,
yan.
Binigyan ni Doktora ang mother ko ng Boston Sea. So iniinom niya yon. Nung pumunta kami dito, nagdudugo na yung boobs. Malaki yung kanyang bukol sa kilikili, matigas. Ininom niya yung Boston Sea. Lumambot yung tumor, lumiit.
Okay, so ginagamit niya bilang proof. And if Doc Farrah is using that testimonial, ibig sabihin inaangkin niya na yan nga ay endorsement of her product. Okay? Pero it's not based on actual science, it's based on a testimony. Dapat may clinical trial para patunayan ito. So ito, maaring may di pakikaunawaan, pero ganito ang ginawa. She did a straw man argument against Doc Adam. Sinabi niya na si Doc Adam ay nagbubuli sa kanya. Taking things personally. Well, Doc Farrah, sa mundo natin, may freedom of speech tayo para batikusin ang isang product or negosyo. That's our right as consumers and human beings. Hindi yan batas sa US, batas yan sa Universal, where is this? Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Kung saan nakapirma din yung Pilipinas. Walang masama na i-share yung mga thoughts tungkol sa isang product. Okay? It says, Article 19, everyone has the right of freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. Ibig sabihin, may karapatan si Doc Adam na ibahagi ang kanyang opinion. May kalayaan ako at karapatan ako para ibahagi ang aking pananaw tungkol sa issue na ito. Hindi yan dapat kasuhan. Pero dahil sa justice system natin, we also give people the right to sue people. We give people the right to file cases against people under certain circumstances. Pero hindi porket nakikasuhan ng tao ay guilty yung tao, ay tama yung tao. Diba? But ang laki ng gastos na nangyayari dahil sa ginagawa. So, where are the intentions? What are the intentions? Pag pwede sana, linawin lang ang mga bagay. Oh, that wasn't me. Or, oh, ganyan dati yung mga claims namin. Pero ngayon, iba na. We don't believe that anymore. Yan ang dapat i-address. The claims. Not the, oh, ginaya niya ako, kaya nambabuli siya sa akin. No, that's a straw man argument. That's not what he was doing. You're misrepresenting it and misinterpreting it intentionally. You're saying that he's making fun of you for continuing education. That is not what Doc Adams said at all. So you are misrepresenting the claims made in the first place. Diba? So, bakit maraming doctor ay skeptical sa kanya bukod sa nasara ang kanyang medical practice? Okay, tingnan natin mga kakampi. And then we're going to conclude this, this broadcast. Why you should be skeptical. Ito na mga kakampi. Why you should be skeptical. Palakihin ko pa. Oops, nope, too big. Okay. Why you should be skeptical. These are the reasons you should be skeptical. Her ideas about the causes and treatments of cancer do not conform to basic knowledge of cancer physiology shared with the in the scientific community. Instead of recognizing that many factors, including diet and heredity, contribute to cancer, she claims that its underlying causes are toxins and weakness of the immune system. Okay, kung hindi ganito ang claim, if this is a misrepresentation of what has been said, all you got to do is respond to it. You don't need to sue someone, okay? Unless they're intentionally misrepresenting the facts. Are they intentionally misrepresenting the facts? Yan ang kailangan patunayan ni Doc Farrah, which it's obvious to me that that's not what's happening. Her claim that her treatments cleanse the body of toxins, stimulate the immune system, strengthen vital organs are too simplistic and not supported by the knowledge of physiology shared by the scientific community. In addition, there is no logical reason to believe that her products or any other herbal products can actually do any of these things. To judge whether a treatment is effective, it is necessary to compare similar patients who receive the treatment under consideration with similar patients. I was unable to find such information on Doc Farrah's websites or in any reported published in a recognized scientific journal. She claims that no other cancer clinic of any kind has highly documented success rates. However, I found no evidence online that has documented her success rate in any meaningful way or conducted any comparative study. Doc Farrah claims that her father, Sir Augustine, was a world-famous herbalist, but the only information I could find about him with Google searches was either on her websites or in articles describing her clinic. I did find, however, he authored a book called Gospel of Business According to Super Excellent Businessman. Diba? So, ano bang papaniwalaan natin dyan? Or iisipin natin dyan, diba? This is a business. Naiintindihan niya yung vulnerabilities ng kanyang market. Kaya magaling maninlang, diba? Well, maaaring mali ako. Pero that's what she has to prove. That's what she has to defend against. That's what she has to clear up for us. In 2018, Boston website contains 71 testimonials about cancer patients for whom Antonio prescribed Boston Sea products between 2007 and 14. I was able to judge 37, which were written in English. The rest were in Tagalog, which he could not translate. The case reports about cancer patients should indicate A, when the tumor was discovered, B, a clear description of diagnostic findings, C, the initial stage of the tumor staging, D, details about the treatment, E, treatment outcome, F, other follow-up details. None of the 37 testimonial reports came close to this. In nearly all of the cases, the patient underwent standard treatment at the same time or shortly before taking Boston Sea products, so that it is impossible to determine whether any claimed improvement is due to the standard treatment or the product. Diba? May tinatawag na correlation does not imply causation. Ibig sabihin, hindi porket gumaling bigla yung patient ay dahil mismo sa Boston Sea. Maaring ibang bagay. And this is why clinical research is important. In nearly all cases, no follow-up was reported Improvement was claimed at the time the patient left Augustine's care. In a few cases, it is not clear whether the patient actually had cancer. Diba? Paano natin masasabing cancer yan kung hindi mapatunayan or ma-diagnose ng maayos na ito ay cancer. The website claimed that Boston C can cure all illness that science or modern medicine cannot cure is obviously false. What do you think that statement says about the character of its promoters? I do not believe Doc Farrah has been treated unfairly by the Philippine FDA. In 2017 and 2018, she was warned at least 3 times that her products were illegal to market, but she continued to market them. Okay, mga kikampi, so ito lang. Balikan natin yung pinakasimula, di ba? Sabi niya that there's no cures for cancer. She's not claiming that. And yet she has testimonials that confirm that. And yet she is on TV with interviewers asking her, panoorin niyo sa video ni Doc Adams, she never stopped. May clip siya doon kung saan sinabi, tinanong ng interviewer, you've had successful cure rates with cancers. At sinabi niya, oh. You cannot take that out of context. Nangyari dyan mismo. Okay? So balikan natin yung original punto ko. This case is bad. It has inconsistencies. There's 4 possibilities. We'll start with this one. Maaring ganyan sila dati, pero nagbago sila. Nalaman nila na mali ang patakaran nila. So naging mas mahigpit sila. Maaring someone misrepresented her by making these false claims. Kung ganon, sila ang dapat habulin ni Doc Farrah. Sila ang dapat kasuhan ni Doc Farrah. Hindi yung tao na nagdidebunk ng tama sa mga claims na yun. At ganon din, if this was all just one huge misunderstanding, this case no longer matters. It's a mistrial. Why not simply respond to Doc Adams' claims for clarification? Which leads us to what we've documented here. Is it possible na nag-gaslight siya, na aware siya doon sa mga sinasabi niya, nagmamalinis siya? Diba, nakita natin mga kikampi, yung dating websites niya, yung dating sinabi niya, tapos ngayon, iba naman yung kwento niya. Ganon din, sabi niya, she graduated from Harvard. Then she said, I didn't graduate from Harvard. I graduated from Harvard of, Michigan. Tapos anong ginawa niya sa Facebook niya? Tinanggal niya, which means she knows. Tinanggal niya pagkatapos noon. She is being given legal counsel para malinis ang kanyang mga pages. Oh, may isa pa na hindi natin natalakay. She used Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, isang known entity sa buong daigdig. She used Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as a false endorser of her product. She also used the Obamas, pero may pahiwatig siya doon that it wasn't the Obamas. That was just fake. It was a Photoshop thing. Okay? So pagbigyan natin siya noon. But she's also made a claim within that, I have treated people within the White House, but not this administration. So what does that tell us, mga kikampi? What does that tell us? At ganoon din, marami siyang iba't ibang Facebook pages. Why? Bakit ang dami niyang Facebook pages? She has one with 3-point-something million. She has one with 1.1 million. She has one with 200,000. Bakit? Bakit niya kailangan gawin yan? Okay, let's look at these photos. Okay, here's her photos. Now, originally, yung Obama picture was here. I cannot find it. Even in Google searches, I can no longer find it, but here we go. Here is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. One of the most important things you can accomplish is just being yourself. So she quotes him. He's wearing the Doc Farrah merch. She says, "We often never know who will step up to support us in our times of greatest need. My prayer today is," so what does that imply? Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is here, standing up in her great time of need, supporting her. My prayer today is for all of us to be kinder to one another, to help those who can struggle, who we can with their struggles. Kindness is the one thing we can all use and appreciate, no matter where we come from, and it costs nothing to give it. Well, I don't think it's very nice to mislead people that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is endorsing your product. Or that, even though it was a joke, that President Obama was endorsing your product. Ang mga ganitong bagay ay misleading. Kung hindi mo alam yan, alam mo na. Pero kung nalaman mo, that's a terrible, terrible thing. So yan mga kikampi, nagsisinungaling na ba si Doc Farrah? Hindi natin alam sa ngayon. But there's a lot of evidence supporting the fact that she is misleading things. So ngayon mga kikampi, ano ba ang magagawa natin? Well, one thing is, pag-usapan natin yung anti-SLAPP laws, kung saan hindi pwedeng mag-suppress ang mga tao laban sa free speech. Magiging illegal yung mga ganitong bagay na ginagawa ni Doc Farrah dahil lang sa ibinahagi ni Doc Adam ang kanyang professional opinion. Pangalawa, masuportahan natin si Doc Adam through a GoFundMe that has been set up for him by Invested Lifestyle at isang Gcash that has been set up by another fellow YouTuber as well as Invested Lifestyle, both friends, na si Nico David. So mga kikampi, isasama ko yan sa details sa comment section at ganoon din sa description. Sobrang hindi ito maganda. And this should either be a mistrial, this should either be Doc Farrah admits that Doc Adam was right about a lot of the things he was saying about the claims. And dapat din ang kinini Doc Farrah, if the only possible way that this makes sense is if she wasn't lying, she wasn't claiming that Boston Sea was a miracle cure. Pangalawa, she wasn't, yes, exactly, it's halatang Photoshop, you know, or that she is knowingly hiding things from people. So let's get those anti-SLAPPs. Okay, let's get those anti-SLAPP laws made. All they are is in order to silence people. At mga kakampi, I think dapat talaga natin supportahan si Doc Adam. There's been a long history of people taking advantage of people's lack of medical funds and have taken advantage of people's hopes and desperation, and have taken advantage of marketing. Diba? So yan mga kikampi, huwag kalimutan na sampalin ang like sa video na ito, tsaka yung kampana. Supportahan natin si Doc Adam either financially doon sa GoFundMe or sa pamamagitan ng pagsampal doon sa kanyang channel at panonood ng lahat ng sa mga videos niya, not skipping the ads, para matulungan siya because now mabigat talaga yung lawyer's fees na kailangan niyang bayaran kahit innocente siya. Okay? So yan mga kikampi, maraming salamat sa pagsama ngayon. Hanggang sa susunod, tandaan natin na suriin ang mga bagay wag basta wag basta paniwalaan ng mga bagay-bagay. So, maraming salamat sa panonood mga kakampi. Hanggang sa susunod, up here.